times as we talk about a negotiated peace, and the Honourable Speaker has taken time to come to this Premier Champions Trophy, which is fabulous, and that's what it's all about. Everybody combining, everybody supporting, support from all corners of this important story, and that's really what it's all about, Vimal. Not just about the players, not just about the families, the coaches, people who care about the game, people who are willing to support the game at every level makes the difference for us.
Let's get on with the game now. As Isipathana is to receive the ball after a try. Scored by them. St. Peter's kicks into the 22. Bad kick, bad collection. A desperate kick by Isipathana.
Very lucky.
Go out. Lucky that Rinas could not collect that ball. Otherwise it would have been a try written all over.
Unable to hold on to that ball, and that might have actually made the difference. Here you go, scrum ball to Isipathana.
And the 22 in Isipathana territory.
Now Isipathana on fire. Walpola takes it to St. Peter's. This is what they were waiting for. A little bit of pressure, and Isipathana are back. Excellent kick, all the way down, 5 meters from the Peterite territory, 5 meters from the Peterite goal line rather. Excellent, excellent kick.
As I said, Martis is a good reader of the game, good strategist, and the breather. He spoke to the boys, was probably he changed the game plan, and is going to get on top of them within the first 20 minutes of the game, and that's going to make a difference.
Opinimar waits. Here is the put-in, or the throw-in rather, for St. Peter's.
Take a short line out. Oh, once again, bad kick by St. Peter's. Just kicks in field. Isipathana have the ball with them.
Isipathana not able to use that ball, but will they still try and run it wide? St. Peter's under a severe amount of pressure, trying to deal with this Isipathana onslaught. They really have come out in the second half, Vimal, and turned the pressure up.
Well, the basics of the game. Go forward, keep possession, continue, and the pressure will be there. That's referee Pradeep Fernando, who is the third judge for this match. He also refereed the under 15 match. Throw in by Isipathana. Isipathana have the ball with them. Referee Nimal spots a knock on awards the scrum down to St. Peter's. Isipathana inside St. Peter's territory, but the scrum down, the ball with St. Peter's. St. Kick is charged. St. Peter's failed to clear that ball. Now, here again, the loss of the game. They have taken the ball in. It's their responsibility to take it out. The line out is the scrum down goes to Isipathana. I suppose that's what the captain was asking. How come the scrum down goes to Isipathana? Because St. Peter's took the ball into the goal line. So it is their responsibility to take it out, which they didn't. Once again, Isipathana, now referee Fernando says that they stepped out. The Isipathana winger stepped out. And the line out to St. Peter's. Almost on the goal line, on the 5-meter line. We have St. Peter's put in. They win the ball. Yes, there's something going wrong there. Yes. Isipathana was not 10. The line was not 10. And St. Peter's get a penalty. They kick deep back into Isipathana territory, and Isipathana kicks it back. Yes, fumble. Territorial advantage to Isipathana, but they didn't make use of it. Scrum down. Ball to St. Peter's. Yes, he misses it. If he collected that ball, that would have been sure try. St. Peter's with the ball. Attacking. Pressure by Isipathana. Going over, says referee Nimal. Penalty to St. Peter's. They take a quick one. Advantage being refereed by Nimal. Dilanka Vijayasekara going through. St. Peter's on the attack. Advantage played by referee Nimal. No territorial or tactical advantage gained. So he brings it back. Penalty to St. Peter's. St. Peter's with the ball. Trying to claim ground. Yes. Ball goes in. Out to touch. Closer to the 22, about 5 meters, 4 meters from the 22 mark. In Isipathana territory. Throw in by St. Peter's. Just into the 10th minute of the second half. Vijayasekara with the ball. No. Oh, something bad has gone wrong. Something really nasty has happened. And, of course, let's see whether we can see a replay of that. Senthil seems to have got a bad bash. And referee Nimal is talking to the captain. Yes, he's talking about a stiff arm tackle. This is very dangerous. Now he's going to talk to the player. This type of tackles are dangerous, and these are basically sent off. But I don't think Nimal seems to be intent on sending off. So he's giving him a yellow card, giving a break at 10 minutes out of the game. At school level rugby, you got to penalize for this. It is dangerous. Unable to get a replay of that. If it was, you could see how dangerously he tackled. Isipathana ease pressure. Kicked into touch. At the centre mark. Yellow card to St. Peter's. He's got to be out for the game for 10 minutes of playing time. We'll try to get you the name of the player who's been sent off and his position. Isipathana keep the ball with them. Good change of direction. Twice. Isipathana have the ball with them. Kicks into space. Into the hands of the Pete right wing three-quarter. Kicks out to touch and uses pressure. Yes. Joining me once again is Kevin Lapan, who's been down there, running touch, and thereafter most probably crying horse for St. Peter's. Now ready to take the mic and continue with the commentaries.
Well, good evening once again, Vimal, and well, what rugby this is. This is fantastic, exciting, lot of power rugby behind these two sides. Very fast, open rugby.
Isipathana with the ball again. St. Peter's not giving in. Ball coming out Isipathana way.
So it's Isipathana who's leading by 10 points to St. Peter's 6.
Isipathana scrum off Sandun. Good thinker of the game. It is he who fashioned the first try. Changing directions, getting the ball on the wing three-quarter and got it going.
Well, Bimal, I think he's a good think tank. He thinks a lot, moves both ways, and switches direction, well, finding the gaps.
Thinks on his feet. St. Peter's fly half used to have a problem in getting that ball out to touch. He always kicks it in field and giving possession to St. Peter's coming back. Yes, Gimal again says, stay on your feet. Penalizes Isipathana, ball to St. Peter's. Not 10, says referee Gimal. These are unpardonable things. St. Peter's kicking to touch. Yes, this time he gets it to touch. Closer to the 22. Referee David Booth puts his flag up, marks for 2 meters in the 22 into Isipathana's territory. We're into the 14th minute of the second half. Isipathana leading 10-6. 2 tries to 2 penalties.
Well, these are welcome showers for rugby. Rugby is generally played in this type of weather.
Advantage being played by referee Nimal. St. Peter's with the ball running. Advantage over. No, he calls back. He brings back play. He saw something going on. Yes, he says stay on your feet. Penalty to St. Peter's on the 22. St. Peter's opting to kick out to touch.
Well, Vimal, these two sides, they sport two of the fastest wing three-quarters in schools rugby today. In Rinas, who has scored over 34 tries this season. And also Dinesh Kumar, who has scored both tries for Isipathana this evening.
What I couldn't understand is St. Peter's got 2 penalties within kicking distance, but they opted to kick to touch. Whereas in the first half, the 2 penalties they scored and they got 6 points. But Isipathana couldn't do anything. It's Sri Lanka again with the ball. Referee Inimal plays advantage. St. Peter's had the opportunity to go. Now they step out. The ball goes out. Referee Booth standing straight with his flag and hands out, throwing to Isipathana. Almost on the 5.
Well, Bimal, as we had this little chit-chat last evening with David Booth, and he just disclosed his age. Your guess is as good as mine. Who's there to tell me the age? This gentleman is 63 years old. Can you believe it? He is still a very, very fit man.
Forward, says referee Nimal. Scrum down to Isipathana. Isipathana play on the ground. Sachalanga, who's on the ground. Medics are coming in with the all-important ice, solidified water.
Well, it looks like a bit of a bash on the head, bit of a concussion. He was not steady on his feet when he got up.
APT Achalanga. Nice to be okay.
A nice big center who runs very hard. He runs very straight. Well, Vimal, it's nice to see a center and who runs straight instead of running across and looking for support and maybe dishing out the ball to the rest of his players, the supporters coming in.
I suppose he must be doing mathematics. He realizes that the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line.
Right, I suppose he's a mathematician.
St. Peter, Isipathana kicks that ball deep into St. Peter's territory, deep into St. Peter's territory, which is just outside the 40. Get themselves a lot of breathing space from inside the 22 into the 40 of St. Peter's territory. Line out, throw into St. Peter's.
So Isipathana once again in the pit right 22, inside the pit right 22.
Ball goes out of touch again. Throwing to St. Peter's. On the 10-meter line in St. Peter's territory. Throwing to St. Peter's. Bad ball. Lot of pressure by Isipathana. Knock on, says referee Dinimal. Throwing to St. Peter's.
Well, Vimal, I've noticed that the pit right line, the pit right forward in a line out, they're very, very untidy, and you could see the Isipathana forwards coming through them and putting a lot of pressure on that scrum half, that little man.
They're not playing close to each other. They're just leaving home. Once again, it's a bad kick. Always under pressure. Isipathana kicks pretty badly. Yes,
A beautiful little chip.
beautiful little chip. 22-meter dropout. Once again, we see another player on the ground. Who's it this time? Your chance, my chance to be on the ground.
Well, Vimal, I have not seen this pit right three-quarters running at all this evening. They have a very fast wing three-quarter in Rinaz. They have not made use of him at all this evening. But it was just once I thought I saw him running. And I think the fly half opts to kick the ball instead of trying to work his three-quarters, make use of his three-quarters.
Two things have happened. The fly half tries to kick the ball, and then center Vijay Sekara keeps running on its own.
Yeah, Vijay Sekara, like something in sevens, where he should not get isolated. There should be support behind him. He tends to sidestep, move out a lot, and what happens is he just goes in. He makes a lot of room, but he gets isolated at the end of the day.
St. Peter's are just one scoring chance away.
That's why he got a skipper with the ball.
Walpola, great play. Isipathana once again in attack. St. Peter's were offside there. Referee Nimal plays advantage, falls back, gives the penalty to Isipathana. St. Peter's line was offside there.
Look at this tackle, a brilliant, crunching tackle. Some good tackling. Small-made man, but with a lot of guts.
Penalty to Isipathana. Away from the right upright. More closer to the 15 from the touchline. 40 meters out. Kick taken by Senthil Kumar. He's been kicking today, but he's missed all his kicks, though he has a lot of power. He doesn't seem to be getting direction. And this one, Let's see what happens.
Well, it's a lot to his right, and the wind is behind him as well. He's kicking with the wind. So it's just a little bit of direction that he needs. And the wind is going to do the needful. Goes high, and it's
Yes.
good. The kick is good. So Isipathana increases their lead by 13 points to St. Peter's 6. Premanath, a successful kick at that goal.
St. Peter's 7 points away. They got to score, they got to convert. We got about 8 minutes of the game left. Isipathana having the ball. Ball coming out, Isipathana way. Knock down, knock on says referee Nimal. It's come down to St. Peter's.
So there's that little scrum half from Isipathana, number 9 that you just saw on your screen.
St. Peter's having the ball inside the 40 meters of Isipathana territory. Long pass to the standoff, who keeps running. This is a problem, I think. Standoff keeps running on his own, or the center.
Well, I suppose Vimal, he's trying to go in for a hit, but instead I think he's a little bit on a nervous note that he goes in.
Rinas, no, tackle, ball for a good cover defense by Isipathana. Penalty says referee Nimal. Isipathana forwards, 3/4 offside. Now this is
Philip. There you see.
once again they opt to kick to touch. Got 8 minutes to move.
We're just 5 meters away from the Isipathana line. Well, let's see what Isipathana is going to do this time. Or the Petrites with the ball in possession. So that was Philip with the long kick to touch. Finds good touch. St. Peter's ball.
Got about 6 minutes of playing time left. St. Peter's with the ball.
Ball comes Petrite way. A good drive.
Pushing. Fallen short. Up stays referee Nimal. Going forward. Scrum down. Put into St. Peter's. Ruck ball. Unplayable. St. Peter's moving forward. So put into St. Peter's. Again going on his own, not making use of his 3/4.
Well, I think he should go in for a hit.
Nimal playing advantage, penalty. This time it is under the post. They opt not to take it. They get 10 meters now.
Vimal, what Vijay Sekhara should be doing is he should go in, go for the hit, stay on his feet, make the ball available to the rest of his forwards.
Which he doesn't.
He tends to get isolated, tends to play all by himself.
Again a rush. Yes, this time. Fall short, turns over, scores.
And
One movement. It's what you call tackle, rolling over in one movement. That's allowed at the goal line. Yes, it's scored.
So that's the big boy, Vijay Sekhara, once again, who has scored for the Petrites. Finally succeeds. That's Vijay Sekhara. He's represented Sri Lanka with the Asian. Well, there we go. There he goes. The one movement and the try is scored.
I can understand what these players are trying to question. It's a perfect try.
Well, any player under pressure would tend to...
Let's watch it again.
To look at
Up.
there it goes.
And there it goes. That's scored.
Perfect movement. Perfect.
What's the first thing? They brought the ball down into contact with the ground, and then the ball moves out. So what's the first thing? Bringing the ball into contact with the ground. So there's no question of that.
So St. Peter's on 11, Isipathana 13. Well, I don't know why why the kick has not been taken. Well, I suppose the Petrites would want to make ground into Isipathana territory once again. Nope. Nimal says a knock on by the Petrites. No advantage. Scrum down. So Isipathana ball inside the Petrite 22. Ratwal Pola, the Isipathana skipper, making a rush towards his line.
Penalty.
So the Isipathanians opt to kick at goal.
Yes. 3 points. 13-11. 2 points away. Isipathana leading by 13 points to 11.
Well, let's see whether they're going to extend their lead further by another 3 points.
This boy has been missing most of his kicks. He put one penalty over.
Yes, he did. Like I told you, in the first half, the penalties he got.
But it's the time also that takes in now, because it's just about another 1.5 minutes to go. Yes!
So the kick is good.
Good. Goes to 16 points to 11. One score behind. Got rains coming down on the pitch.
Raining pretty hard. You can see that. Well, against those lights.
It looks
There's
pretty
the
hard.
kick. There's the kick. That's true.
3 points to Isipathana from the boot of Senthil Kumar. Isipathana relieving pressure. Long pass by the beat right. Yes, they're trying to attack. Isipathana putting a lot of pressure. Knock on by St. Peter's. At crucial times in the 40 in St. Peter's territory. Knock on, ball to Isipathana.
Well, Vimal, after that try the Petrite scored, I think they did not want to waste any more time taking the kick at goal because it was almost on the corner.
Somebody
flag.
is on the ground. There seems to be something going on. Yes, a bit right on the ground.
I think that's Fonseca.
Fonseca on the ground. Referee, Judge Pradeep Fernando calling referee, talking to referee Nimal. One of the Isipathanians being spoken to, stamping, shows a yellow card to the Isipathanian. Yellow card. Yellow card to the Isipathana fly half. Crucial position in the game. So Isipathana having the ball. Yes, up to kick to relieve. St. Peter's charge, collect the ball. Don't collect it. Isipathana cannot collect. Knock on. Yes, that's the end of the game.
So that's it. Isipathana has gone in with a brilliant victory of 16 points to St. Peter's 11.
Yes, that's a good game. 16 points to 11. Isipathana came back from behind after being led 6-0.
Well, Vimal, I have noticed this in Isipathana. They always come from behind when it comes, like, they really open out their rugby in the last 20 minutes of a game. This is fantastic. Well, here's the try scorer. He had 2 tries.
Yes, he had a good game. Dinesh Kumar. You know, that try almost on the whistle at half-time made the difference. It's what makes the difference.
So this is the Premier Championship for the year 2002. for the school section, and the winners in this. The winners being
Isipathana coming out of the field, followed by Pradeep and Booth.
So that's the disappointed Petrite team going through the Isipathana tunnel. Well done, guys, says Isipathana. Bad luck.
Well, Kevin, if we go back to the game, I mean, Isipathana did not play well in the first 10 minutes of the game. They played very well in the next 20 minutes of the game. I loved Isipathana to score at the end of the first half, and I loved them to score again at the end of the start of the second half. And in the second half, I don't think St. Peter's played according to the plan they had. There was kicks going on. There were kicks going on aimlessly, and they also had one-man hits continuously without support, getting the ball down or kicking vital possession away.
Well, Vimal, there's no doubt about it. He's a brilliant player. Obviously, he played for Sri Lanka. But the thing is, when he goes in, he gets isolated, and there is no support for him.
And also one other point, St. Peter's, when they were under pressure in their 22, they always kicked badly. Kicked infield, didn't clear the ball, kicked into Isipathana, thereby losing valuable ground.
So what you just saw just a couple of seconds back was the Isipathana victory bow. They always do this after their game. They said thank you to the crowd, thank you for cheering us. Well, this is the Petrite team. Here's their thank you. This is going to be their thank you, yes.
Yes, next match on the card is the final of the club's tournament to be played between, there you see Michael Mathis, the president of the Sri Lanka, the CRN FC, who will be playing Police in the final. Michael Mathis all dressed up for the occasion. Unfortunately, there's a bit of rain coming down, which will not make the game as fast as it should be.
Well, Vimal, when it actually comes to...
here comes those Isipathana fans. All happy.
Enthusiastic rugby fans. Well, when it comes to club rugby, the club game is different to the school game, which is the school game being just an hour, and when it comes to a club game, it's 80 minutes of rugby.
That's Isipathana taking the victory lap, taking the ball from the crowd. Yes, their supporters cheering them away as they come around the ground and they go in to say thank you.
And I don't know whether you can hear that, but I'm sure you will. Your song you hear in the background, that is a song that was composed by Chitral Somapala, who lives away in Germany, and it was composed and arranged by Chitral and sung by Chitral as well, very, very specially for the Isipathana 50th anniversary tournament that was the seven-a-side international tournament that was held a couple of months ago. So there is the CR skipper, Mrs. Kure, CR skipper's wife, Mrs. Rodrigo, and we have the CRNFC president, Mr. Michael Shamugam, who looks a little like Santa Claus in a coat. I beg your pardon, Michael Mathis.
Yes, the beautiful stadium of Sugatadasan Stadium.
So those are the delighted Isipathana supporters who's had their team winning the Premier Championship trophy for schools for the year 2002, the under-19. Well,
Premier 2002 winners under-19. That's another happy face.
Sure, a sister of one of the players.
I'm sure
Aya or Mali had a brilliant game. She's there. That shows all over her face. It's written all over her face. And these are the winners. The Isipathana boys, the boys from Havelock Town, earlier known as Greenlands College. Now Isipathana. There's Valpola, the skipper.